Hey there, Coastside community. I'm Jazzy, and this is your weekly PCT News Brief, where we highlight what's happening around town. This weekend is full of community spirit, celebrations, and a signature PCT tradition. We've got small business events, makers, music, and our annual PCT honors. So let's jump right in. First up, Small Business Saturday, happening November 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Head over to the Small Business Makers Market, the heart of Pacifica's small biz celebration, located behind one of our favorite local gems, the Royal Bee Yarn Shop on Palmetto Avenue. The Bee's Backyard Garden will feature over 50 Pacifica and Bay Area vendors offering handmade goods, creations, gifts for loved ones, and maybe something for yourself. Expect pop-ups, live music, free food, art, and more, all along ocean views and that festive Pacifica charm. There's free street parking, and the forecast says it's partially cloudy with no rain, so be sure to bring a jacket. Right by the water. Joining us today will be Miss Jamie Young, owner of the Royal Bee Yarn Company. How you doing today, Miss Jamie?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, can you share your experience as the owner of the Royal Bee Yarn and what makes your business so special to the Pacifica community?
Yeah, it's been awesome to take over this shop. There was already a thriving community and customer base here, but my experience has been overwhelmingly positive and supportive. Being a small business owner in Pacifica with support from the seaside merchants and all the locals and tourists. What makes Royal Bee special is that it's both a shop and a maker space. So there's always people here knitting, crocheting, helping each other, learning new skills. And then it's something that you can grow in and continue on a journey even when you leave the store.
Absolutely. So, why do you believe events like this are so important for local makers and small businesses?
Uh, they're important because it helps connect us all. For the businesses, it helps keep us all afloat and like the vendors. And it's just like great to have your money go back into the local community because every dollar you spend here like gets spent back on the restaurants here and the other shops. But for like the people, it's great to connect with each other, like to get off our phones and off our computers and just like meet each other and make stuff together. It's much more fulfilling and I think healthy for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Miss Jamie.
It's
Folks,
great.
don't miss the Small Business Makers Market on November 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. right on Palmetto Avenue. Thanks again, Miss Jamie.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Next up, PCT Honors, happening November 22nd at 7 p.m. PCT Honors is our annual ceremony dedicated to recognizing individuals who have made powerful contributions to public, education, and government here on the coastside. This event not only celebrates their accomplishments, it also helps sustain PCT's mission. Now, we are joined in studio by PCT's Executive Director, Martin Anaya, who will be sharing more about this amazing event. Hey there, Marty. How's it going?
Hey, Jazzy. Well,
Thank you
I
so
don't
much
know.
for being
It's
here.
crunch time. You
It
bet. Thank
definitely
you.
is. Definitely is. So, Marty, can you explain to me what PCT Honors represents for our community and why it's such a significant event each year?
Yeah. So when I came on with PCT back in, the Paleolithic era, we'll call it, when I had a few less wrinkles on my face and a few less gray hairs, fewer gray hairs. It had another name, and the name was Evening with the Stars, right? And so with the Evening with the Stars, I see Connor there. Connor's one of our other interns. He's trying to bring my face up full screen. Connor, what you do is you just click on me, and then you can bring it up full screen. See, I'm directing at the same time. There you go. Actually, you know what? If you back it out a little bit, Connor, here, watch. Let me show you real quick. There you go. Bam! There you go. Then you still get the. Okay, sorry guys. Chief Cook and Bottle Wash over here. But yeah, no, what it was called The Evening with the Stars, and it was my understanding was basically the same idea. It was to recognize people in our community for the wonderful things that they do, not only for their support of our organization, but for their support of the community. Now, it went through a few machinations because there used to be like an auction attached to it. It was like a Monte Carlo night and different kinds of stuff. Well, in the modern era, it's just like a BET Awards or a ESPN Awards, where they're honoring, in their case, people that were standouts in the world of sports or black entertainment or what have you. Well, in our case, it's the people, again, who have made our coast-side such a wonderful place to live. Now, I hear that we have a video that we can play on that. Is that true, Jazzy?
Yes, it is. We absolutely do have a video we can play on it. This video was created by one of our interns, Mr. Connor Kobe. And Connor, take it away. Let's see this amazing video you created.
Pacific Coast Television invites you to our 2025 PCT Honors Ceremony. Join us on November 22nd at 7 p.m. to celebrate our outstanding community members who make the coastside a wonderful place to live. Hosted by Pacific Coast Television's Executive Director, Martin Anaya, we aim to highlight our honorees' accomplishments that have contributed to our overall community's success. Our incredible honorees this year are Janie Bono James, Holly Smalley, Kathy Johnson, John Beckmeyer, Caroline Barba, Deidre Kennedy Crow, H. James Crow, Frank Erbacher, Joel Dunlap, Annie Irwin, and Dennis Willis. You do not want to miss this event. Tune in November 22nd at 7 p.m. to channels 26, 27 Coastside or online at pacificcoast.tv. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, wow, great video.
It's a who's who. One of the things, though, Jazz, that I would like to highlight is the fact that, when you look at a promo like this and you see a list of names, you're not going to necessarily recognize everybody. Case in point, Janie Bono James. By the way, it's not for nothing, but we serve the entire coastside now. So when I first started doing this, it was just Pacifica, right? And since then, we serve the entire coastside. And one of the things that really delights me, and the reason why I want people to tune in, because we'll have some entertainment for you. It's not going to be a stuffy thing. But what I do want people to realize is that there are a lot of people that we're going to be honoring here that you don't even know are part of your own community. Or people who, for example, let me give you an example, Janie Bono James. So Janie Bono James is the executive director of Coastside Adult Daycare. Now, for those of you that don't know, for years, Coastside Adult Daycare has been providing services in Half Moon Bay and the surrounding area to seniors by helping those seniors stay active and helping them, giving them things to do during their elder years. And, not for nothing, but a big part of the quality of life for our elder population is having things to do, having other people to deal with. It just so happens that Janie actually lives in Pacifica. So one of the things, and the reason that I have a smile on my face, is when we get to honor folks and recognize folks that you don't even know that might live in your community because they work in another community, or somebody in Half Moon Bay who knows Janie real well. She's probably much more well-known in Half Moon Bay than she is in Pacifica. And you get to do that cross-pollination. And I'll tell you, Jazz, not for nothing, but if you could bring Jazzy back onto the screen so we can both talk to each other, but thank you. Here's the thing. What I'm really excited about is when you have a thing. There was one year, check this out. There was one year we did the PCT Honors, and there was a person from the Boys Club, the Boys and Girls Club Pacifica, and a person from the Boys and Girls Club in Half Moon Bay. They did the same job, never knew, working for the same organization, never knew each other. So
Wow.
what I see about PCT honors, yes, we're recognizing people. Yes, these might be names that you don't recognize, but what we're doing is bringing the community together. Part of our mission statement, part of what we do as a community media center, bringing the community together, creating that electronic soapbox, if you will, where people get an opportunity to meet and find what they have in common, find what all of our coast-side community has in common, and celebrate that so that we can encourage more of it.
Absolutely. Well, Marty, I have one more question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is PEG access so vital for a community like Pacifica?
Yeah, well, good, because you're actually kind of leading me into, in a couple weeks after honors, we're going to have our PCT telethon. That'll be December the 6th, and we're going to be asking people for money. We're going to be asking people to support PCT. Why is it so important for the coast side, or why is it so important generally? I'm sorry.
Yeah, why is it so important for the coast side in particular?
Well, I'll tell you what, many of our community members are elderly. Many of them live in secluded pockets. If you go up and down the San Mateo coast, for example, you're going to find that people are in secluded pockets. They're not necessarily in big urban, well-developed centers, which means it's harder for them to get out. It's harder for them to stay plugged in. What community media does is it helps you to stay plugged in. And unlike the internet and social media, which in many cases, I mean, like, have you been on Nextdoor lately? Woo-hoo! It's like a litany of what's wrong with our communities.
Really?
What we're trying to do is highlight, and again, like I said, fan the flames of what's right with our community so we can encourage more of it. And really, in the case of something like honors, or for that matter, the telethon, just really do encourage all of our community members to get involved. If you think that there's a problem, guess what? Become part of the solution, and we'll help you do that. And that's why I think it's so vitally important what we do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time with me today, Marty. I really appreciate it. So, folks,
Thank you.
whether you're honoring community leaders this weekend or shopping local the next, Pacifica is the place to be. November 29th, support local makers at the Small Business Makers Market, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. behind the beloved Royal Bee Yarn Shop. November 22nd, celebrate at PCT Honors, live at 7 p.m. on channel 26 and 27, or streaming worldwide at www.pacificcoast.tv. I'm Jazzy, and this has been your weekly PCT News Brief. Catch you later.